Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important property for border, that is border inline. So in this session, we will talk what is border inline property, how we can use border inline property, what are the advantages of using border inline property. But before we start the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on border inline property. And in case if we talk about this topic, then if you remember in previous session we talked about border block, so this is somewhere related to that only, or you can say it is just a reverse of that. There, like, we were getting the border on top and bottom, but here we will get the border on left and right. Okay, but don't worry if you don't know about that, I'll explain you everything from scratch. So now we will start the session where we will talk about what is border inline property. Okay, so before we proceed further, let's check the code. So here you can see the code is very simple and straightforward. So far, like, we have just noted down one heading that shows CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit, and there is one title which shows Sharmit. So if I show you the output, it is looking like this: Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Okay, now what we will do, we will put here another heading which will show the topic name. So topic name would be border inline property in CSS. So now you can see it is coming here. So what is border inline property? So border inline property is a shorthand property. With the help of this, we can apply three property at a time, that is style, color and width. How? I'll tell you. So what we will do, we will create one div. On that div we will apply three property at a time, that is color, width and style, and these three property will be applied in inline direction. That means only on left or right, not on top and bottom. In case of border block, the border was coming on bottom and top, right? But this time border will come on left and right. Okay, so let's see how it works. So for that we need one div. So I'll just create one div here. In this div we will create one paragraph. In this paragraph we will write, this is the sample text for the demo. Okay, now we will apply some ID. We will associate the ID with this. So here I'll write box. So box is considered as a ID. Now if you want to apply some property to this div, we need to write CSS. And to write CSS we have three methods: inline, internal or external. For this example I'm going to use the internal one, but you can use any option. It would work with all options. Okay, so let's say if you want to write inline CSS, it will work. If you want to write external CSS, it will also work. Okay, but for this demo I will be using internal CSS, because with the help of internal CSS I can show you both things together, CSS as well as HTML. So here I will write in style. Okay, in style what we will do, we will write here like, we will use the selector, and we all know that we are using ID. So to use the ID selector we use hash. So hash, then box, then opening and curly braces. Here we will set the width would be 900 pixel. Then we will set the height would be 600 pixels. And now I'll tell you one thing. Suppose if the requirement is that we want to apply left and right border only, so in that case either we can go with this approach, which is a traditional approach. You just need to write here border, okay, border style, border left style. So what left style will do, it will apply border only on the left. If you save it, refresh it, you will see that only left border is coming. To see it properly, let's apply the border width. Okay, and in border width we will apply 20 pixel. So now you can see border is coming on the only on the left. Similarly, if you want to apply it to right side, you can copy paste and here you can make it as right, save, refresh. So now the border is coming in the right side. But here is one problem. The problem is that firstly, like we have to write 2 lines, which is not a good thing. I want to do it only with a single line, and to achieve this we will use border inline. So this is the one problem, that it increase the number of lines. Second problem is that in case if I change the writing mode for this text, the border will not change. Let me show you how. So if you write here writing mode, and in writing mode if we make it as vertical, RL, save, refresh, so you can see text direction is changed from right to left, not right, yeah, text direction is changed, but the border is still same. Why? Because we are using separately left style or right style. So this is not a good approach for the project. If you want to create a border for a div or for any particular thing, and you want that whenever you change the writing mode, it should change the direction of border as well according to the text. So in that case we will utilize the border inline. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just simply comment this up. Okay, and here we will comment down. We should write /*. Perfect. Okay, so now what we will do here, let's remove it for now, and here we will use border -inline. So in case of inline, you can simply use here 20 pixel solid black. So what it will do now, it will apply all three properties together. What all properties? Width, style, and color. So if you save it, instead of black, let's make it as red so that we can see it differently. So now you can see with just single line we are able to apply all 3 properties together, because this is a shorthand property. Shorthand property means it will change, it will, like, we can apply 3 properties at a time. And what all 3 properties we can apply through this? We can apply color, style, and width. Okay, fine. Now another thing for this border inline is that, like, if you are not providing the pixel value and color value, it will take the default value. Okay, so you can see default value is 1 pixel black, so it is taking the default value, but style value is very important, mandatory one. If you are not providing this value, it won't work. Okay, so in this case you can see it is not showing anything. Why? Because this is the mandatory value. So in interviews you might be asked with this question, that which one is the mandatory value for the border inline property. So you have to say that yes, the style is the mandatory value. Clear? Now another advantage is writing mode, as we just discussed with the normal thing, but here if you change the writing mode from vertical RL, you will see that now along with the text, border is also changed. Now border is not stick to left or right, it is changed as per the text, because we have associated this border with a div. So as per the text, div border will also move. So this is the advantage. So in interviews you might be asked with these questions like, what are the advantages of border inline? And you can now relate this thing with border block, because border block and border inline works oppositely to each other, right? In border block, let me show you. In case of border block, we'll know that borders are coming in the top and bottom, but in case of border inline, the border is coming in the left and right. So this is the advantage. Okay, not advantage, this is the difference between these two. Advantage is that in both case we can when we change the writing direction, it will also change the border direction. Okay, now how to practice these things, because I'm not sure, but maybe for some person it might be a bit confusing. So what you can do here, because there are multiple things that we can do with this, right? So you just need to write here border inline. Okay, so now if I want to learn border inline, I know about this concept which we discussed. Now end means it will apply only at the end. End means, let me show you that. if you change it to border inline end, so what it will do, it will apply only on the end. So in case of inline, start is left, end is right. In case of block, start is top, end is bottom. Okay, so with direction also you can specify it. So let me show you again. You just need to write here border inline, end is here, end width. That means we are going to apply only for the width. Similarly, start width, color, end color. Here we will just apply for color, style. Okay, so this is how. And just only remember one thing, border inline contains three properties: style, width and height. Not height, style, width and style, width we are using, and color, style, width and color. So if, and the mandatory value is style. If you are not providing other two value, it will take the default one, which is 1 pixel and black. But if you are not providing style, it won't work. Okay, so it is a combination of three. Now you can use it separately as well. If you want to apply only style, you can use only style. If you want to apply only color, you can use. If you want to apply width, you can use. But if you are using only width, then parallelly you should apply for style also, otherwise it won't work, because style should be there for a border, otherwise it won't work. Clear? Likewise, you can do a practice for block. You just need to write here block, and then you can explore all these things. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. I hope this session is clear to all of you, where we discuss what is border inline property and the difference between border inline and border block property. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.